Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast for Can't Tell Me Nothing Part 1. The episode started off with a new sport being shown on Degrassi. It was really cool seeing something else being played for a change instead of, the typical stuff that's always shown. This episode, we saw a lot of new things, which was very exciting. We saw Katie's house, we saw Katie's mom, who is handicapped. All these new events along with the new sport, and they're playing in the field, and it's all this stuff really made for a fresh, Degrassi. It really felt like, we're in a new season, we're in a new time, there's new characters, everything about it is just, has this great vibe right now. And I can't wait to see where they're going to go with the pill storyline. As many people pointed out, Degrassi drug issues have been resolved quite soon. One that comes to mind for myself and many people is, of course, Peter. I'd like to see something go on, throughout the rest of the season. That's me hoping and wishing. So maybe. Another one of the big things tonight was a reference to an online presence Degrassi experience. Alex and Taylor, Tristan and Tori were doing a vlog for West End Drive, and I'll pretend that Adam and Dave, when they're in the Degrassi radio and the podcast and all that, I'll pretend that I inspired that, even though it was written and filmed before I started. But seriously though, congratulations to Alex and Taylor. That is very cool that they were able to, get that sort of nod on TV. I did like Tristan and Tori doing that. It was funny, it was good, I liked it a lot. Marisol is starting to grow on me, just a bit, just slightly. She was slightly less annoying this episode. Still, she is towards the bottom. For me, she's way down there, but she has potential in this episode. I noticed a little bit of potential. Jenna, however, no. Still cannot stand Jenna at all. She annoys me to no end. Although, jumping ahead a little bit, I did like the scene with her and Jake. I thought they had good chemistry. Yeah, I'd like to see more scenes with them. Jake was good in that scene. Made Jenna a bit more bearable. Also, this episode, we had the first Owen and Tristan interaction, which was great. And many people had a concern about how Owen would act by having, Tristan, who is gay, after, some of the stuff he's said and done in the past. But obviously, Owen's friends and other people don't know the relation that he has with Tristan, so I am interested in seeing that develop more. They're great opposites, and they play very well off of each other. Now, we're jumping into the mini, which saw the anticipated return of Lauren Collins as Paige Michael. Was it worth it? Absolutely. I thought it was great. We found out that Paige had a thing with Sav, whatever that means, so that was very interesting to hear. And I really hope that there's more plans for this sort of thing. I know a lot of the Degrassi cast is still living in the Toronto, Canada area, and I know some of them would love to come back and do little cameos, so I'm hoping that this will be the door opener for more things like this, because it's great to see Lauren Collins back as Paige Michael, even if for a minute. And wrapping up this episode, Katie is taking her mom's pills, which of course is giving us the TV-14 rating, and will she be addicted, and what will happen? I think they, could really dive into this and, could bring out some interesting results, especially with someone who is under so much stress, someone like Katie, who's the school president, who's, doing sports, who has all this pressure. So I really hope that they don't, drop this, because it could potentially be great. And I like the ending scene with Katie and Drew, them alone on the field at nighttime. It was unique. It was a different kind of scene. All in all, I thought this episode was fantastic. The first 3 episodes of the second half of season 11 for me have all been great. I can't wait to see what else is in store. Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you all soon.